Welcome back. The Department of Homeland Security creating a new agency to review use of force tactics used by Border Patrol agents. This following the circulation of photos which showed agents chasing migrants on horseback, and some accusing the agents of whipping the migrants, which was not true. You can see it by the pictures. The agents denied the claims. Joining me right now is National Border Patrol Council President Brandon Judd. Brandon, great to have you this morning. Thanks very much for being here. And let me just say thank you to you and all of your colleagues protecting this country right in the source of everything at the border. What is your take on this story around the horse and border patrols where Joe Biden said that they're going to pay because of the way that they treated migrants?
This is the typical deflection that you're going to get from this administration. When they know that they're wrong, they have completely and totally failed on the border. And because they were wrong, they're looking for a scapegoat to try to blame for all of their failures. Look, until we get this crisis under control, until we get the border secured, until Joe Biden is willing to put policies in place that's actually going to help the American people, we're going to be talking about this day in and day out, week in and week out, month in and month out. This is never going to end until he's willing to buck his base and tell his base that he's going to do what's right by the American public rather than what's politically expedient for him.
So just to be clear, was the whipping story true or false?
It was absolutely false. All you have to do is look at all of the different images from the different angles. Watch the video. These agents acted exactly how their training requires that they act. They did not run over anybody with their horses. They did cut people off with the horse. That's what their training is. And what's really ironic about this is Joe Biden is training new horse patrol agents right now as we speak to use these exact same tactics that what he sent these horse patrol agents out to do to stop those Haitians from crossing our borders illegally.
Yeah, I mean, look, we know that even the photographer said that it was not true. And I mean, I saw those pictures and the first thing I said to myself was, that's not true. They're not whipping them. By the way, we did see whipping on the ground of Afghanistan. The Taliban was whipping women. Those pictures I did see, and they were really whipping, but there was no comment out of the Biden administration about the Taliban whipping women in Afghanistan. But let me stick to the border here because this is outrageous enough. Texas Border Patrol agents discovered 2 stash houses along the southern border, Brandon, that were packed with nearly 100 illegal immigrants. Tell us what's going on in these stash houses.
Well, this is not humane. And again, when the Biden administration claims to care about people, his actions are completely opposite of what he's actually doing. So when you look at these stash houses, when you look at the number of people that are packed in there, the thousands of dollars that they're paying to these cartels to be put in these inhumane situations, you have to point the finger right back at this administration. If we didn't have all of these open border policies, these people that are packed in the stash houses would not put themselves in the hands of these dangerous criminal organizations. We have to go back and we have to look at the policies. What has worked on the border? Let's use those again. And frankly, it was President Trump's policies. All of his policies worked. And what's funny about that is we always say don't recreate the wheel. President Trump did exactly that. Nothing was working. He put pressure on Mexico. That pressure worked. We had the Remain in Mexico policy. Then this administration came in and abolished everything. And that's why we have the out-of-control borders that we see today.
Yeah, let's talk now about COVID for a second here, because you are on the ground. You are the president of the border union. You see what's going on, coming and going. Are they testing migrants for COVID? Because you have the Border Patrol agents being warned by the administration that they have to be vaccinated by November 1st. Are they testing migrants?
We are absolutely not testing migrants, nor are we giving vaccine to migrants. We are instead releasing them into the United States to spread all of the diseases, including COVID-19, to U.S. citizens. Again, this is the hypocrisy that we constantly see from this administration. They want to put all of these rules and regulations on U.S. citizens, but they don't want to protect U.S. citizens from those that cross the borders illegally. Why can't we look at this and say, citizens come first in this country, we will always do what's right by them?
Yeah, so just to be clear, they have to be fully vaccinated by November 1st or they risk being fired. So, Brandon, real quick on this, thousands of migrants are crossing the border. 20% of them are carrying illnesses, according to Mayorkas, and your agents are going to get fired if they're not vaccinated.
That is correct. Again, it's amazing that this president would destabilize the border by getting rid of hundreds of agents that are looking at this and saying, look, I don't want to put something in my body. This is a foreign substance. I don't want to put it in. I should have control over my own health care. But this administration wants to, again, control everything. That's not the freedoms that this country stands for. We've got to have the freedoms of choice. We've got to have the freedoms to do what we need to do, what's right for ourselves.
That's right. It's our body. I mean, that's the bottom line. You know, I mean, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I got the vaccine. But remember, vaccines typically take 10 years. This one is out in 10 months. If somebody has, a question about it, they are allowed to have their own freedom. This is America. Brandon, thanks very much for laying it all out for us. We really appreciate your time and all of your service. Thank you, Brandon Judd.